threats,
I'm going to call my dog out. I'm going to call my dog.
anger,
Call the police, man.
desperation.
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
What happens when debt
I memorise, do not touch me again.
tracks you down?
Hello, is anybody in?
Up and down the UK,
Oh, you can't say that. Don't be taking my equipment.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
I've busted my ass to give you what I've got now, mate.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
I will eat my hat.
Because if you can't pay,
There's absolutely nothing I can do.
they'll take it away. Research from a leading campaigning organisation has revealed that 6.5 million households in the UK are struggling with debt. The total household debt has risen by over £350 billion in the last 10 years, with the average amount, including mortgages, predicted to exceed £86,000 in 2022. 7 a.m. High Court enforcement agent Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor are in Alderley Edge, a wealthy suburb of Manchester, to collect one of the biggest debts they've ever had to recover.
A lot of money around there.
Yeah.
Balance as it stands at the moment is £406,273.39.
Some balance, isn't it?
The debtors, Mark and Karen, owe the money to a builder after they failed to pay him for a house they commissioned, forcing him to sell it to a bank at a loss.
Imagine being in debt for that much. It really is, in the end of the line now. He needs to make a payment. If not, then we will be removing his goods. Here it is.
With such a large sum of money owed, Stuart and Ian aren't sure how much they will be able to recover today.
2 vehicles there. Won't even scratch the surface.
But they must try and get as much as they can for the claimant in either cash or goods.
Alright, let's go and have a chat.
Right.
Please wait while we're trying to connect you.
That's his car there, isn't it? Gonna give it one more lucky ring.
Stuart has already tried to get this case resolved at the property once before. As a result, he has an order from the High Court that allows them to gain entry by force if necessary.
That is a door knock. Hello, is anybody in? Hello, mate, you okay? You what, sorry? Right, okay. I'll try and give him a ring now.
Stuart gets Mark on the phone.
Hello. Hi, Mark. I'm currently at your property at the moment, sir.
Yeah, I know. My son just told me.
Yeah, we've got High Court writ, so how is it you can make payments, sir?
I can't. It's a ridiculous amount. I don't believe I owe it.
So there's no way that you can make any sort of payment whatsoever?
The most I've got is 5,000.
It's not
I
gonna-
accepted that. Maybe not enough.
No. No.
I've got literally £5,000. That's it.
It's not going to be enough, Mark.
I tell you what, right? I'll do this. Have a look around inside the house, right? If there's goods to the value of £5,000 in there,
Yeah.
I will eat my hat.
Yeah.
My son will let you in.
Right, okay, okay.
£5,000 worth of stuff that you can live out of there.
Okay, no problem. I'll have a look round and then I'll ring you back, Mark.
Alright.
With £5,000 appearing to be Mark's best offer, Stuart and Ian must now look for assets inside the house to help offset at least part of the debt.
Okay, I'll say Fort Knox. Cheers. Hello. Alright, no worries.
But they're in for a shock. The house is almost completely empty.
I don't feel the cupboards are empty.
Stuart goes to check upstairs. And he's in for another surprise.
Are you Karen? Yeah. I know it must be a stressful time, but the writ's in your name as well. There's nothing that you or Mark can do at all.
The guy's fucked up now.
Yeah. He's offered a payment of 5,000, but it's not going to be nothing. Yeah. Well, you know, it's £403,000 at the moment. I'll come back in a minute, obviously, but I'm just going to carry on just doing inventory of the house. All right.
Much up there?
No, looks like they've lost everything. When we do come across a defendant that has done very well and is quite wealthy, the stakes are a lot higher for them. They've got a lot more to lose, and it only takes one bad decision to land yourself in hundreds of £1,000s worth of debt.
Stuart and Ian have been at the property for half an hour. Mark hasn't called back to increase his £5,000 offer.
The statue that's in the first room on the right-hand side.
So Stuart and Ian start an inventory of the few assets of value in the house.
2 memorabilia shirts.
It's Canton now, this one as well.
Yeah.
The 2 signed Manchester United football shirts should fetch a few £100s at auction. But there seem to be few assets of any value. Even the cars outside are of limited worth. But as the claimant has instructed that everything of any value should be removed, they're added to the inventory. Stuart calls the office with an update.
We're just at this property now. It's more or less empty, Gary.
But then he hears some surprising news.
Yeah, no problem, Gary. Speak to you shortly.
It seems that the claimant has asked for a £25,000 down payment today to call off the removal. Stuart calls Mark again.
Hi, Mark. Right. Claimant wants at least 25.
Wait, I mean, it's just ridiculous. He thinks we've got other properties we don't.
But on the other side of it, though, Mark, you are living in one of the most prestigious places in the country.
There's a fucking massive mortgage on there, which I'm barely keeping up with, and there's no equity in it.
Okay, Mark, the city shortly.
Right.
It's clear that Mark can't find the £25,000 needed to stop recovery today. Stuart calls the office again.
They haven't got it. They're claiming that they haven't got it.
The claimant agrees to give the family some more time to raise the cash. Stuart calls Mark back.
Right. They're willing to accept the control goods agreement, which means that everything stays here for 48 hours.
That's just no good to me. We got no chance of paying this money back in 48 years, let alone 48 hours.
Right.
So he can have our busted up cars and our rubbish furniture, and he can do a statutory remand if he wants. That'd be great. He'll save me 1,200 quid. The cost of me going bankrupt. He thinks I've got the 25 grand lying round. Fuck me, who's got 25 grand lying round?
It's clear Stuart and Ian have found themselves in the middle of a bitter dispute. With both sides refusing to back down, and with very few assets to use as leverage, Stuart will have to use all of his skills and experience to get this highly charged case resolved. Stuart McCracken and Ian Taylor were in Alderley Edge, Manchester, to recover one of the biggest debts they've ever chased.
Balance as it stands is £406,273.39.
The debtor, Mark, owed the money to a builder, but could only offer the agents a fraction of the debt.
I've got literally £5,000, that's it.
The house appeared to be virtually empty.
I've been through the cupboards, they're empty.
And upstairs, the situation was clearly taking its toll on Mark's wife, Karen. But when the claimant phoned Stuart with an ultimatum,
Hi, Mark. Claimant wants at least 25.
it became clear that Stuart and Ian were in the middle of a very bitter dispute.
He thinks I've got the 25 grand lying round. Fuck me, who's got 25 grand lying round?
Now, whatever the rights or wrongs of the situation, Stuart is duty-bound to get some kind of result for the claimant. It's clear Mark won't pay the £25,000 needed to stop recovery today, so Stuart updates Karen on what they intend to take.
The 2 vehicles are going with the desk in the office, the wall clock, the sound bar, the lamp that's in the hallway, the side table, the actual safe, the TV downstairs, the cinema system, the TV that's in that second bedroom there, the signed football shirts. So that's where I'm up to at the moment.
can't begin to tell you what the stress it's caused. My husband, to be honest, has been on the edge for I can't say how long.
Yeah.
We've been fighting this.
There's only so much you can take, isn't there? Yeah. There's only so much you can take.
Just fucking take it, because
What can you do?
you've got a shit job.
I'm not going to lie, this part is, you know what I mean, usually it comes to some sort of arrangement, but very rarely it comes to this point, and it's... So what's the plan going forward then?
Trying to sell this house, but since he left us in the mess that we're in.
Yeah. Right, I'll ring recovery.
Stuart heads downstairs to call for recovery.
Got the football frames.
Right, I've got to take them off for one, mate.
Can mate.
Stuart and Ian begin to stack the items by the front door.
You do mobilisation, mate? Obviously a notice on that one. Okay. It can be extremely difficult when we're dealing with a bit of dispute because the defendant doesn't want to pay the claimant, and then we'll have to remove goods. We can't use any of his goods as leverage because he wants us to take it anyway. So we're in between a rock and a hard place.
An hour later, a low loader arrives to remove the cars. Minutes later, another recovery vehicle arrives to take away the household assets.
Right, turn the lights off. I'm going to try one switch at a time and know which room's which.
Despite the claimant's request to remove as much as they can, Stuart and Ian must ensure the family have enough furniture and goods to maintain a decent standard of living.
And we'll stick these chairs back around the kitchen table. I think that's everything done on that side.
But the strain of the situation has pushed the family to their limits.
Do you like someone came in your house?
No, not at all.
The situation as it is, and
No, I understand, mate. Yeah, no, I understand that, but...
Look, you're really getting me stressed now. I'm going to phone the police. Okay.
Well, what are the police going to do? What are the police going to do? We're going in a minute. We're going in a minute.
You've hassled me. You've hassled me for hours.
I understand it's stressful, all right, but I'm here to do my job. All right? Okay. I wouldn't want two High Court enforcement agents walking inside my property, but we're cool, we're calm, we're professional. We're there to resolve the situation and diffuse any worries that people may have, but ultimately we're there to do our job and we're there to execute that writ.
With tempers fraying, Stuart gets the last items loaded and the recovery van leaves.
The list of inventory's there. It's all broken down of exactly it's been taken control of.
And who does the valuation on how much it's worth?
That's it, the auctioneer's doing that. Okay. So everything's stored for 7 days. It doesn't get sold now. Okay, it is stored. So if you can try and get the sorted the next 7 days, you'll be fully entitled to get your stuff back. Okay, it's not like we're selling it straight away. It is stored.
Right. Okay.
All right. See you later. Bye. It's always rubbish when it gets to that stage, isn't it? But
yeah,
people aren't going to pay. It looks like that the family have had enough of the claimants. Looks like that they're living on the bare means. They're not willing to cooperate. They're not willing to make a payment. So we've had to remove the goods.
Recent research shows that 4 out of 10 private tenants spend more than 30% of their pay on rent. And parents are spending £850 million each year to help their young adult children pay for accommodation. High Court enforcement agents Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Ashford, Kent, to recover a debt of over £11,000 owed in unpaid rent.
Our next customer is a Kerry Marden.
Okay.
Her and Shane Marden owe £11,133.42.
Oof.
The case began 18 months ago when Kerry and Shane's former landlord took the couple to court over the rent arrears. Both agreed to pay the landlord back in instalments, But now Kerry has defaulted.
Shane Marden has been paying £15 every 2 weeks. As far as I understand, Kerry Marden has paid nothing.
Kerry and Shane have since split up, and Gary has tried unsuccessfully to get payment from Kerry on a previous visit.
Now, I've met this girl before.
Now Gary and Connor are on their way back to see her again, to get this case resolved for good.
It's actually Shane that told us her new address.
So he's not happy with the fact that he's paying and she's not.
No.
Good shout, Batman.
As they arrive, they spot someone at the window with a smartphone.
Oh, they're already recording us.
He's already recording us walking up.
What's going on?
Alright, can I speak to Kerry, please?
He's not here.
Can we get her on the phone?
Huh?
Can we get her on the phone?
I'll get on the phone, but I mean, what is it?
Show us some money.
I'll be ringing her.
Alright.
While the man, Kerry's new boyfriend, Steve, gets her on the phone, Gary takes the opportunity to make peaceful access into the house, something the Rit allows him to do.
They're in the house. They've just come in the house. I didn't let them in. They've just walked in the house.
Can I speak to her?
Yeah.
She's not told you anything about this.
I don't know anything about this.
Hi Kerry, it's Gary Brown. You remember I came to your house about this debt?
No.
There's still £11,000 that's owed.
Well, Maya told me that he's paying it.
He's paying some money, but he's not responsible for all of it. The situation is we're here to try and set up an arrangement.
Yeah.
Or remove goods from the premises.
I've just moved in there. Do you know how bad that looks?
Well, this needs to be sorted. You brought this on yourself, Kerry.
Well, I'm trying to, but you're not coming to anything.
Okay, you said you're trying to. What efforts have you made to sort this in the last year and a half? I'll pass you back to Steve.
Hello? What's all this? 11 grand? But I mean, hang on a minute, Kerry. I've been sitting here watching TV, not knowing nothing about it all. And they've just rocked up here now, so...
It's quite a common thing to see debts being hidden from partners. And I think it's because of embarrassment sometimes, bringing up the past. Obviously there's going to be a few words and a conversation to be had between the two of them once we're out of there, but first and foremost, the debt needs to be paid.
5 minutes later, Kerry is back on the phone.
Hi, Kerry.
Hello.
How much could you come up with today?
I don't know. How much?
We normally ask for half of the money, which is £5.5 grand.
Right.
If you can come up with £5.5 grand, then I think that would be reasonable, and then we'll do an arrangement for the rest.
Alright.
Alright, bye.
Gary and Connor give Kerry some time to try and raise some funds. But it's clear that Steve is still in shock about the agent's visit.
It's a nice area around here. I don't need this on my doorstep. No. Do you know what I mean? I know you're doing your job. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got a problem with that.
Steve, I completely sympathise with you, mate.
Yeah, what's this? Hello?
Kerry calls again.
I just want to speak to you.
Hello.
Hi.
My granddad said he can write me a cheque for 6,000 to give to you now, if that's okay.
We can't take cheques because it's not cleared funds, I'm afraid. We can take debit or credit card if your granddad's got...
They can take credit cards, but they can't take cheques. It's not acceptable no more. He's got a bank card.
Okay, because it's for that amount of money, it would need to go to the office for them to take the money. So I'll ring the office now then and tell them to expect a phone call.
Okay.
How much are you offering monthly?
100.
100 a month or 100 a week?
100.
Right.
Kerry's granddad has offered over half of the debt as a down payment. It's a surprise result, but the situation is clearly taking its toll.
Sounds really upset.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it is.
Look, she's put herself in this situation.
Because it's not that the money's owed, I reckon it's more embarrassing thing, isn't it? Because I feel a bit embarrassed. Like, I guarantee no one will actually come up to me and say, well, what was all that about? People are made, it's Chinese whispers. Before you know it, I'm Fred West or something, and you found bodies in the garden.
30 minutes later, Gary rings the office to check the money has been transferred.
Hi Jane, has that gone through or is it just... Oh God, okay.
It seems that the payment has been declined. Gary calls Kerry.
Hello?
Hello, it got declined because my grandfather didn't realise that there was only 4,000 in the bank.
Right, I know it's not your fault, you didn't know what was in your granddad's account, but I've been here for 2 hours now.
Well,
Which...
It's not like I'm not offering to pay you nothing.
Kerry says her granddad can pay £4,000 right now, but it's not the 6 she offered. Whilst they wait to hear if she can raise the rest of the money, Gary and Connor start an inventory of goods they could seize to offset the balance.
Feels like real gold. It's heavy.
But then Kerry arrives, and Gary is in for an unexpected surprise.
I didn't know you were pregnant when I was, when we were just talking about it earlier. I'm going to help you out, right? If your granddad can pay the £4,000 now, we'll leave.
Each situation is different and everybody's different to the next, so I try not to look at things and make judgments before I actually speak to people, because it's very easy to do that, and if somebody's pregnant then you really have to change the angle that you're coming at.
Kerry's granddad's payment of £4,000 goes through, and Kerry has now promised to get the other £2,000 by the end of the day. Gary draws up the arrangement.
£4,000 paid now, £2,000 paid by 5 p.m. today, and then £100 a month starting 1st of April.
Finally, the case is resolved for now.
That's it. Stick to the arrangement, that way we don't need to come back. Well, we'll leave you in peace anyway. Take care, guys.
Okay,
thank you.
See you later.
See you later.
It's been a surprising result for Gary and Connor.
I think the client will be happy with this. Nice little village like this in the middle of Kent. The last thing anybody wants is enforcement agents knocking on doors, because it's pretty much obvious what we are and who we are, what we're doing.
And we're not exactly a bag of crisps, are we?
Bag of crisps?
Yeah, we're not small, we're not discreet.
Faced with a delicate situation, Gary and Connor got a good result. But in Stuart and Vic's next case...
I don't have the money.
Let me just explain, sir.
I don't have the money.
A debtor who says he can't pay pushes Stuart to the limit.
That belongs to the limited
You touch me again, sir, I'll phone the police. You touch me again, sir, I'll ring the police and you'll be arrested.
Ring the fucking police.
Research has revealed that stagnant wage growth and the rising cost of living are major factors contributing to escalating levels of personal debt in the UK. Over the past decade, more than 50% of Britons have seen an increase in their living costs, whilst a quarter of people claim their income has stalled completely or even fallen. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Prestwich, Lancashire. They have a writ to collect a debt of almost £1,800 owed in unpaid parking fines by Graham Morris. Stuart has some details of the car Mr. Morris drives.
So tell me about Mr. Morris.
Mr. Morris, he's got a Mercedes CL500 outside. It's an old one.
Mr. Morris, an accountant, incurred the fines after parking his Mercedes without buying a valid ticket.
Is this the one here?
Here it is, this one here.
He had been paying off the debt by instalments, but he's defaulted. Now he must pay back the money he owes in full today.
Hello, Mr. Morris. My name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here are the High Court writs, sir. The total amount of £1,762. Are you able to make payments? If not, we are instructed to remove goods, sir.
I don't have the money at the moment.
Right, okay. The total balance at the moment is £1,762.84.
No, it's not. It's £1,000. You stuck 600 quid on costs.
At the moment, sir.
You
That's
stuck
right.
600 quid on costs.
That's at the moment, sir.
How do you justify 600 quid on a £1,000 debt?
Well, that's something you need to take up the court, sir, not with us. So we can go around in circles with this all day long, so I'm going to change the situation, sir. Unless the balance is paid, we're here to remove the goods.
Yeah, can I have that?
Here's your copy, sir.
I'll give you a copy of your paperwork, sir.
Left.
There you
Don't
go.
fucking grab things off like that.
You grabbed it, sir.
With the door open, Stuart takes the opportunity to make peaceful entry into the house.
Paying this debt off at £100 a week,
Right.
you know what's going on.
Okay, so the claimant...
Don't act stupid.
I'm not acting stupid.
Yes, you know, most of this debt has been paid off.
Right.
There's an outstanding balance then, sir.
So what we're here to do now, sir, is to collect the balance. If not, we're instructed to
If the
remove
balance
goods.
is paid in
I
full.
don't have the money.
Right.
Let me just explain, sir.
I don't have the money.
All right.
Right, I've had to close my fucking office down.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I've had to lay staff off. I don't have the money.
Okay.
You have been making payments to water, though.
Yes, I have.
Why have you stopped?
I've got no money coming in. I'm due money in this week. That's from somebody that's owed me money for 8 months.
Yeah.
I was going to ring your company up and I was going to offer them 300 quid and then start making payments again. I owe money on North West Water and I'm paying them off at £100. And there's a limit. There's a limit to what I can do.
Yeah.
It's clear that Mr. Morris is facing financial difficulties, but the agents are duty-bound to get this case resolved one way or another. Stuart goes to clamp Mr. Morris's Mercedes outside and calls for a vehicle check.
We're currently at the property at the moment. We've seized a vehicle, a Mercedes CL500. Could you do HPI on it, please?
Blueberg CL500 Auto. Yeah, clear finance.
The vehicle, I reckon, is worth about 750 quid.
Okay.
As the car appears to be worth less than half the value of the debt, the agents will have to look for other assets inside the house to offset the balance.
We'll have to remove goods, sir.
Then remove the car.
Okay, and we'll be removing goods inside the property as
The
well.
property as well, that won't cover the debt and not that vehicle. It's of the age.
So there'll be goods inside the property as well, so and if we do
Well, this
do
is
that,
rented property. It's owned by my sister.
what about the goods, sir?
I'm going to get my sister down. It's her property.
Yeah, if you haven't got any evidence to prove the goods belong to her, then we will be removing
No,
them,
you
sir.
won't.
We will be, sir.
No, you won't.
Yes, we will, sir.
No, you won't. It's her property.
Right. You keep saying that, sir, but it's not going to stop what we're
It's
doing.
got a fucking land registry.
Okay,
fucking
don't swear at
proves
me,
it.
sir. I'm not swearing at you.
Get off my property.
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
It's quite frustrating for us when the debtor doesn't want to play game. I mean, if we're there to resolve the matter or try and work with them, and he's just not interested in even talking to you, it's frustrating because at the end of the day, we know we will get it resolved one way or the other. But before it gets to that stage of removing, we would like to resolve the matter.
Mr. Morris calls his sister. Whilst they wait for her to arrive, Stuart starts an inventory.
So, how long have you rented this house, sir?
7 years.
7 years, and everything in the house was in the house when you
Yes.
moved in, right? Even that TV isn't 7 years old. Let's be honest. So you're saying that your sister bought that for you?
No, I bought that.
Right, there we go, sir. So there are goods in here that belong to you.
Look, I take the fucking TV.
Yeah, there we go, sir.
Take the fucking TV. Do you know what? Because of your attitude, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to pay a penny now.
The TV seems to be the only asset inside worth seizing. But then Stuart spots something.
That laptop belongs to my limited company.
Okay.
Leave it alone.
Okay, so have you got any? Can you just prove that with some
Yeah,
documentation?
the invoices
sir?
are at my office.
Okay, no problem. What we'll do is we'll get it removed today. It is then stored.
That belongs.
Don't touch me.
That
Sir,
belongs to.
do
That
not
belongs
touch
to the
me.
limited
You touch
company.
me again, sir. I'll
That
call the
belongs to
police.
my limited
You
company.
touch me again, sir. I'll ring the police and you'll be
Don't ring the
arrested.
fucking police.
With Mr. Morris in direct conflict with Stuart, the case has taken a nasty turn. Stuart must try and make Mr. Morris understand that the laptop will be seized unless he can provide proof it belongs to his company. But he's not backing down.
This will be removed. It's being removed at the moment, sir. Don't try and obstruct me doing my job, sir.
That belongs to my limited company.
You will have time to get documentation together, that's fine.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to secure this in the van, to believe that you try and take it and try and hide it, okay?
That's fucking outrageous.
The defendants use tactics that are aggressive, abusive. It just makes us more determined, and it doesn't throw us off the scent. It keeps us tracked on exactly what we want to do. It makes us even more determined to get a result.
The agents have been in the house for 20 minutes when Mr. Morris's sister, Fiona, arrives.
Morning.
Morning.
He's in there.
Good morning.
What is it I need to do, Graham?
I told them it's your property and I told them the contents belong to you and they need proof.
Can I discuss the case with your sister,
Yes,
sir?
you can.
Right. Because the gentleman was on a payment plan, but he stopped paying. And now we're instructed to collect the full outstanding balance. The vehicle has been seized outside, and that won't cover the debt, so we'll have to remove goods from the property.
Everything here belongs to me.
Well, that TV doesn't. We've already established that, so I'm not going to go around in circles.
I want to talk to my brother on my own.
Yeah, sure, but we won't be leaving the property. We'll go in a different room, but we'll have to stay in the property.
Please bring another room.
Yeah, of course, not a problem.
Sometimes defendants get themselves into a mess, a financial mess, maybe a business venture that's gone wrong. Due to no fault of their own, they find themselves in a situation where we're on their doorstep. 9 times out of 10, it's usually parents or brothers and sisters that actually help the person that's in distress, which is a good thing to see.
Minutes later, the debtor's sister wants to start negotiating.
Is there a certain amount that could be given today to give my brother an opportunity?
It needs to be paid in full.
He's been on a payment plan already.
It's already been broken.
And he's broken it, so that's why the client wants the money all.
And how long are you prepared to give?
It's 7:10 now. As a gesture of goodwill, we'll give it till 8:15. And that's us being here for nearly 2 hours.
The deadline has been set. If the money can't be raised in full in the next hour, Mr. Morris's assets will be seized.
I'm leaving the property to do something and then I'm going to come back.
Okay, no problem. Do you know how long that'll be roughly?
8:10, did you say?
Yeah.
8:10.
Yeah.
Right.
I told them the truth. You're going off to see if you can get sort the money out for me.
With Mr. Morris's sister gone to try and raise some funds, Stuart tries to find out more about the case.
Graham, where's the parking from?
They're a private parking company that states quite clearly that the first 2 hours are for free.
Yeah.
Now, I used to go there first thing in the morning for coffee, so I never stayed there more than an hour.
No.
And a lot of times I would turn up before 8 o'clock. It was a ticketing machine, and the machine didn't get turned on till 8.
Right.
And then they'd slap tickets on.
Well, it must have been a few times.
15 tickets.
Yeah.
I'm going to appeal this.
Yeah. You feel entitled to appeal it. That's entirely your choice.
To us, a writ is black and white. Okay, I'm not the judge. You can tell me your story, you can tell me your life story. I can't change anything on that day about the outcome of the writ. It's not going to change anything because the writ is active and it stands and we have to execute it.
5 minutes before the deadline expires, Fiona comes back.
I'm going to make the payment today.
Right.
This is a debit card.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Insert your card now. Right, you can just enter your PIN.
She offers to pay her brother's debt in full.
Graham, let's talk about it afterwards, please.
Yeah, it's gone through.
The card is accepted, and Mr. Morris's debt is cleared by his sister.
That's all your paperwork. Keep hold of that.
That's your laptop. So you can move. All right, Graham, we'll be on our way.
The agent's perseverance has paid off.
Yeah.
Cracking work, mate. Cracking work.
Last year, nearly 30% of people who sought advice from a leading debt charity owed money to family and friends. The average amount owed exceeded £4,500, while the total amount owed has risen by nearly £200 million since 2014. High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Havant on the south coast.
Miserable weather.
Yeah, you can say that again.
They have a writ to collect just over £8,500 owed by Luke Ferrugia to a friend.
Gonna go and pay a visit to Mr. Luke Ferrugia.
Okay.
To collect £8,591, 71 pence.
That's a lot of money.
Mr. Ferrugia borrowed the money from the claimant 6 years ago for a deposit on a house, but failed to pay it back. The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Ferrugia must pay the money he owes in full today.
Based on the weather, I'm hoping he lets us in.
Yeah.
Don't want to get my hair wet.
That dog's next door, mate.
Yeah, I heard a door close. I heard a bang. A dull thud. I just seen him. I know you're in, mate. I can see you through the window. Can you come to the door, please? Well, if you want to speak to me, I'll explain what this is about.
He's coming to the door.
I didn't realise you were coming to the door. My name's Gary Brown. This is my colleague Connor Jackson. We're here about a legal matter. This is a High Court writ.
Yeah.
Can I step in the dry?
Yeah, sorry, mate. Come here. Do you mind if I get dressed then?
All right, mate.
Mr. Ferrugia's girlfriend is also at home.
Were you involved in this as well? Or?
Oh God, no! I've only been with him 3 years. That you're talking this happened 5-6 years ago.
Oh wow, okay, a long time ago then.
How much has he gone for?
Well, he's taken you to court for 6,757.
He didn't even lend me that much. I think it was about 1,500 quid, £2,000, something like that.
With interest, court costs and legal fees now added, the scale of the debt has clearly come as a shock.
We're here to collect £8,597.
I ain't got 8 grand, so I ain't got anything worth 8 grand. The money that he's wanting is the money he gave me to pay for the deposit on the place that I was living at. Because I was living at my nan's and it's like, look, I'll give you the money and that, you know what I mean, to sort of like help you get started, and so pay back, mate, so don't worry about it.
Really? Did he said don't worry about it?
Yeah, that's what, honestly.
Because I wouldn't say that if I'd lent you like 6.
No, I wasn't.
Now Gary needs to get this case resolved, one way or another.
What do you do for a living?
Ground worker, labourer. You know what I mean? So I bust my bollocks and I've got no idea this is going on, and then you turn up.
This writ here orders us to remove goods unless the debt's paid.
It's all her stuff.
So
Everything. It's in the Argos car, which is all mine. The sofas are my finance, car's my finance.
Okay.
All of it's mine. He had nothing when I met him.
I'm not even working at the moment because I'm self-employed and that, and like I said, the majority of this shit in this house is hers.
With most of the assets in the house belonging to Luke's girlfriend, Gary changes tactics.
I'll be reasonable with you and I'll give you 15 minutes to make some phone calls, see if somebody can help.
I need time, mate. I'm self-employed, like I said to Matt, I've literally got fuck all. It's not, a morning isn't enough time to sort this out.
The clock is ticking. If Mr. Ferrugia can't raise any funds before the deadline, he stands to lose what little he has. Gary and Connor were in Havant on the south coast.
I know you're in, mate. I can see you through the window.
Pursuing a debt of over £8,000 owed by Luke Ferrugia to a former friend.
He didn't even lend me that much. I think it was about 1,500 quid.
The defendant said he couldn't pay.
Literally got fuck all.
But Gary set a deadline to see whether he could raise any funds.
I'll be reasonable with you and I'll give you 15 minutes to make some phone calls, see if somebody can help.
Now, while Luke makes some calls, Gary and Connor start an inventory of goods belonging to him they could seize to offset the debt.
Got all these different games down here, all these different consoles, and then there's loads of old ones there. 2 boxes of Halo limited edition, they're 40 quid each.
You got a GameCube? Be a shame to have to take all this stuff.
With little of value belonging to Luke inside the house, Connor checks out the garage and finds a motorbike. Worth as much as £500 at auction, the agents might finally have found an asset worth seizing. Connor checks the licence plate online and goes back inside with the news.
We have a bit of an issue, guys. The bike is not on finance.
No, I forgot. I got out a loan for
What, motorbike? Mountain bike?
Motorbike. It's a Yamaha 125, so...
With his bike now at risk, Luke has an idea.
What about your name?
As a last resort, his girlfriend rings her grandparents.
Hello?
Hello?
That's not good, is it?
Well, it might be. It might not be that bad.
That's my granddad speaking
hang
to
on,
Luke.
hang on,
That's
hang
not
on, hang on,
good.
hang on.
He's probably just moaning
Hang
at
on,
him
take it
that
on.
he's got me into
Oh, hang on.
shit. Which one of you two's in charge?
Me.
He's in charge.
Hello?
Hello there. How much are you able to...
Probably at 3.
3?
I mean, that's going to be the best that we're going to be able to do. We've got literally no one else to get any money on. That is it.
Okay. Okay, I'll accept £3,000. We'll do an arrangement for the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. The older generation quite often bail out the younger generation, whether it's grandsons, granddaughters. I see it quite a lot. The older generation seem to quite often be those people that owe money tend to turn to, whether it's because they are a bit wiser in terms of managing money. I would imagine that's got something to do with it.
With a lump sum payment of £3,000, Gary now needs to put a payment plan together to clear the rest of the debt.
The conversation we need to have now is how much can you pay monthly?
50 quid, and I could probably say safely at the moment that I could probably pay that, but I don't want to say I'm going to pay more and then not be able to afford it and then have more shit and then have you come back here. You know what I mean?
Gary calls the office to see if the client will accept £3,000 today and £50 a month towards the £8,000 debt.
He wants it higher than that.
Right, okay. Bearing in mind, the debtor's not in work at the minute, or when he does work, it's here and there.
I can only say what the client, what James is telling me.
All right. Bye. Luke, they've just got hold of the client, and he said he's not accepting 50 quid a month. He wants more than that.
I've busted my ass to give you what I've got now, mate. I'm fucking on the edge.
I accept that, but that's his response.
So what's he going to think's a reasonable amount then? Because I could say £100 a month and he could still say no. And I'm not going to stay calm forever. I'm not being horrible. I know you're doing your job now. You've been in my house for 2 hours fucking my shit up. I've got you £3,000. I'm not going any more than £100 a month. And that's me just clutching at straws just to get you out of my house now. If he says no to that, then there's nothing. I can't give you no more money. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing anyway.
Gary rings the office with the new offer.
All right, cool. Okay. Thanks, Gary.
It's good news.
My boss has said, set it up and we'll sell it to the client. Just make sure you stick to this, because I don't want to come back.
I don't want you to come back, mate.
Print there and sign there, please. Right, that's it. All right, mate. Hope you get it sorted, all right?
Yeah.
Take care.
The case is resolved for now. But if Mr. Farrugia doesn't stick to his payment plan, the agents will be back.
Sometimes the client just wants everything in one go, and you can't get blood out of a stone. It's not possible.
Well, they don't know the situation on the ground, though, do they? They just see it as he owes me this much money, go and get it. You know, they don't know how people live day to day.
No. On to the next one.
The agents are back, new next Wednesday at 9. A pensioner's taking no prisoners on his street, not with the nightmare neighbour next door ripping up fence posts. New tomorrow at 9, but brand new next tonight. On-screen drama becomes a deadly reality in the EastEnders Murderers. True crime, real tragedy.
Threats, anger.
Call the police, man. Call the police, man.
Listen,
desperation.
I've lost everything. I've no house, I've no nothing.
What happens when debt
I am not going to pay it! End of!
tracks you down?
Take whatever you want, darling.
Up and down the UK,
Whoa, you can't take my... Don't be taking my equipment.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
Leave that, sir. Don't. Leave it.
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
This is so embarrassing.
Because if you can't pay,
Imagine it's £3,000 in cash just like that. It's ridiculous.
they'll take it away. A recent survey has revealed that nearly 3/4 of UK adults lent money to friends and family last year. 1 in 20 have lent over £5,000, but over 40% never see their money again. High Court enforcement agents Matthew Highway and Gary Ball are in Bilston, West Midlands. They have a writ to collect nearly £4,500 owed by Michael Cox to a former girlfriend.
What have we got? Off to see a Mr. Michael A. Cox. Not Michael J. Fox.
If Michael doesn't pay, the agents could seize goods to offset the debt, including any cars he owns on the driveway.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello, sir. After Michael A. Cox.
Oh, yeah?
My name's Gary Ball, sir. I'm High Court enforcement agent.
Can we speak to Michael Cox, please,
Michael, sir.
It's Michael, me.
Michael A. Cox. Is that you or your son? Can I speak to him, please? Thank you.
Well, I won't keep the clothes on, sir. There's some cookies in there.
It seems that both father and son have the same name.
All right, Michael. You all right? Michael A. Cox? Yes. Because that's your father, it's your other junior. Right, so my name's Gary Ball, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Okay. CCJ's been made against you. Let's escalate that now to the High Court. You currently owe £4,302.27, sir. Okay. So can you pay that today, sir?
Okay, fuck, I'll just come back myself bankrupt. That's all I'll do.
It's not quite as simple as that, Michael.
How's it not quite as simple as that? I haven't got the money.
Yeah, it's not, mate. But unfortunately, this is now from the High Court. It commands me and my partners for 10 days today to either collect the money from you or to seize goods to the value of. That's what we're here to do.
The problem is, this is my house.
Right, okay.
So, nothing in there.
Right.
This is mine.
There's items here that belong to somebody else.
Yeah.
The onus is on them to prove to us that it belongs to them. Okay. So what it would mean is that, Mum or Dad would have to find receipts and invoices for everything in the property.
Okay.
And everything on the property.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to crack on and do that then? If that's the case, then we'll do that. The other option is you try and find some funds to get this organised. Okay. That's the best option.
And you don't really want to go down that route. Everything we've got is paid for by us, by our company.
Yeah. And you can prove that, can you?
Well, I'll give you 15, 16 boxes of bills and you can fucking sort through
Smash in, we'll have a look then. Do you want to start with the stuff on the drive? Okay. Vehicles wise.
Cougar and the...
the Cougar is the SWC's property.
It's what, sorry?
The SWC, which is London's company.
All right, okay.
Dad, get the logbook from the Cougar and the Saab, just get that, and the Alfa as well.
If you can do that, we can rule that out to start with.
No, I'm not going to oblige and help you.
We can do this one of two ways. Yeah. Right? You can either cooperate with us and we can do it nicely, which we're doing at the moment. It's entirely up to you.
Any of my goods.
Right.
With the debtor's father unwilling to show the agents any proof that the cars belong to his company, Matt goes inside to investigate further.
Hello. You all right? I did warn you. Right. You can call the police if you like, okay. Would you like to get proof of ownership for the vehicles on the drive, sir?
I tell you what, you're an absolute tosser and you break my fucking house, mate.
If you think I'm doing anything wrong, then you can call the police, sir.
It's really important to gain access to the property. We are able to seize goods, take control of goods, and it just heightens everything for the defendant. They realise that at that point they've got to deal with it.
While Mr. Cox goes to find paperwork for the cars, Michael explains the situation to his mother.
Don't forehand off me. Top and bottom of it.
What's this for?
It's that girl that want to give me all the money from 2 years ago.
You know how we did about this, you know what I mean? It was a bit of a shock.
We have written, madam, with 7 days' notice before we attended.
What's that?
To vehicles. I'm trying to take vehicles.
Our vehicles?
Your Cougar and stuff.
Unless you can prove otherwise, madam, unfortunately.
We've got through the that.
You will have to prove it, yes.
Yeah, because they're on the drive, madam.
So this one's the Saab, is it? Is that one there, is it?
All this stuff here is paid for by us, not by him. You know.
But the paperwork doesn't prove that all of the cars outside belong to the debtor's father.
There's 2 vehicles, okay, that could potentially be lifted. Because Michael's insured on both of them, and one of them's in his name.
The Saab and the Alpha outside are connected to Michael and could be seized. But the threat of losing both of them prompts Michael to make an offer.
Well, I'll tell you what, take the Alpha as payment. Yeah, as part of that. What choice have we got? They're only none of your cars, they're not the Alpha. Yeah, it's fucking fucked anyway. You know what I mean? It just means I've lost whatever. Then take the Alpha. Yeah, buy some breathing space. Yeah.
But I would pay for the fucking Alpha!
You are?
But I would pay for the Alpha!
Yeah, we paid tomorrow, they're just what?
It's got my car, no! But they can't take nothing, you've got nothing, son.
While father and son argue over the cars, Matt needs them to understand what will happen if no payment is forthcoming.
The options are either we organise payment, or I'll be organised recovery for the Alpha and the Saab. Will both be removed, and then we'll be doing a full inventory of the property, and it'll be up to whoever's claiming ownership of it to prove that it's theirs. Right, we'll crack on. Once I've organised recovery for these, Michael, I can't go back. It adds the cost onto it. So
drive off first.
Just bear that in mind. You can try and drive it off first if you want.
Or what? Go on. Or what?
Drive it off as well.
Or what?
Well, there's a van at the end of your drive, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a van's a good match for 2, so just fuck off.
Well, I'm going to organise recovery for them, okay? So, in the meantime, while I'm making that call, I'll have a think about it.
While Matt goes outside to clamp the Alpha and the Saab, Gary starts to discuss the inventory with the family.
There's no need for you to be my house now,
We've still got to do a job.
What are you going to do?
We're going to make a list of property inside the property that we're going to take, madam.
We're not making anything.
If you stop me, madam, I'll get the police here.
Get the police in. I suggest you get the police for mine then.
Please, no, I said no, it's the third.
So don't come and stand up to me, because I will move you out of the way.
You will.
Yes, I will.
Go on, go on, I fucking dare you.
Michael!
You're going to calm down. You're going to calm down.
Get your hands off me! Get your hands off me!
Are you going to calm down?
Get back.
Are you going to calm down? Are you going to calm down? Are you going to calm down?
Trapped in a corner, Gary is forced to restrain Michael to protect his safety. The agents are now faced with a debtor who's lost all control. They will have to act fast to prevent themselves getting seriously hurt. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matthew Highway were in Bilston, West Midlands, to recover a debt of nearly £4,500.
Michael A. Cox?
Yes.
But the debtor, Michael, claimed he couldn't pay.
So can you pay that today, sir?
I'll make myself bankrupt.
When the agent said they would have to remove goods to offset the debt, things turned nasty.
Michael!
You're going to calm down. You're going to calm down.
Now Gary and Matt have to act fast to take back control of the situation.
Are you going to calm down? Move away from me. Move away from me right now.
Please, Michael.
All right.
Please. Please.
What's hurting you on as well?
Of course.
Can I help you up or not? Nobody's attacking you.
It's all right,
no, we're not. Do you want to get up?
No. It's all right.
Michael appears to have calmed down, but Gary calls for police assistance.
Can I help you up, Michael?
Hello there. Can I have a police assistance, please? They're on the way.
We'll wait for police to arrive and then we'll resume our duty, okay?
I seriously don't know why people would want to attack you. We're only there doing the job. Obviously it's not a pleasant thing to happen to them, but you know, attacking us is not going to get around the fact that we're going to stay there and we're going to recover the debt, or we're going to start removing your goods. We'd much rather you speak to us, try and sort it out, rather than lay hands on us.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Yeah, it was just
you're right.
basically my colleague went out to the van to get some paperwork, and Michael, the big lad in there, just come up to me, started pushing me and attacking me. So I just asked if you could attend and calm the situation now. Yeah.
With the police present, Michael makes the agents a surprise offer.
I can get the money, so if you want to arrange with the Alpha. Yeah.
What money have you got?
With the Alpha.
It'll be 14.
Michael has offered £1,400 and one of the cars. So Matt phones the office for a vehicle check.
Hi mate, you alright? Can you just run a HPI for me, please? I need a value as well on it.
It's certainly free of finance.
Okay, so this is worth a couple then, isn't it? Well, I'll have a chat with him and see what he wants to do.
The car might be worth £2,000, but after removal fees, Michael still wouldn't be close to paying off the debt. Matt tries one last time to negotiate a better offer with Michael.
Have you got any way of upping the amount of cash that you're talking about today? Any whatsoever? If you have, then I can potentially come up with an option that will mean leaving everything here, including your Alpha. If you can get £2,000, then we could look at giving you a period of time after today to get the rest of it sorted. Is that doable, Michael?
Yes.
Right, smashing.
Michael agrees to a £2,000 down payment today and a fortnightly payment plan of £500 to clear the balance.
Can you pay in 2 weeks' time, Michael?
Yeah. Boys is fine. So we can do bi-weekly.
Oh, so it's fortnightly then? £500 per fortnight?
But it will be up to the claimant to decide whether or not to accept the arrangement.
Let me give him a call and get that sorted, yeah? Hi, it's Matt Highway. We've got an offer of payment. Can you just give the claimant a ring for me?
Yeah, that's been accepted.
It's been accepted?
Yeah.
Smashing, thank you. Great stuff.
With the offer accepted, the case is resolved.
Cheers, man. Michael, you're happy with that then?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Shake.
I'll lose my
No, it's alright. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Take care. See you later.
But if Michael defaults on his payment plan, the agents will be back.
No one's injured, thankfully. You know, it's just silliness. It's just turned over into violence, and you know, and it was even worse because I think it looked as though that, you know, he'd waited for me to leave the property before he'd you know, instigated the attack, which we can't have. You know, my first job is to make sure that my colleague is safe. Second job is to do our job, you know, but our safety is paramount.
It's estimated that more than 50,000 people in the UK take out loans which require a guarantor every year. However, the number of guarantors left with unexpected debts after a borrower failed to keep up with their repayments is on the rise. High Court Enforcement Agents Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Portsmouth to collect a debt of over £2,500 owed to a loan company.
Next up, we have Mrs. Ann Butcher. We're looking to collect £2,638. It's a bit rough, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
With any luck, it'll be one of the ground flats.
Mrs. Butcher's son took out a loan and she signed as a guarantor.
No, it's going to be up in it. Nice.
But her son defaulted on his payments and Mrs. Butcher must now pay the nearly £2,700 in full today.
Oh, it's open.
Result. somebody's in.
Hello, Anne Butcher?
Yeah.
Hello there, my name's Gary Brown. That's my colleague Connor Jackson. We're enforcement agents. You've been taken to court.
Come on in, officer.
Thank you.
It's me on behalf of... Hell, mate, that hurt.
So was the debt yours?
Yeah, no, that was a pain in the ass. I took it out on behalf of my son.
Okay.
Right.
He's supposed to be paying it.
Okay.
Take it you were a guarantor or something.
Yeah, he had work done on the car, but I had to sign for it to say that the payment will go through to pay the car for repairs. Can I just ring my daughter-in-law?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Mrs. Butcher gets her son's wife on the phone.
And that's the High
Katie,
Court writ.
I've got a High Court bailiffs here. So can you talk to him, please? I've got High Court bailiffs here. For this payment thing. No, it's not okay. It's my... Officers.
Okay, thank you. Hello there. My name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent and I'm attending this property with a High Court writ against Anne Butcher, which is obviously this lady. She's been taken to court because of an unpaid debt. She explains to me that it was she got the loan on your behalf.
Well, it's not me, it's my husband's car.
Right.
My husband's not here at the moment, so I'm kind of, stuck in the middle.
Okay.
Right, okay, so what can we do?
Well, the situation now is that once it comes out for enforcement, it's pretty much the end of the road. So we're here now to recover the money or remove goods. Which we don't want to remove goods, we don't want to be doing any of that, but it does need to be paid in full. And the figure we're looking for today is £2,638.35.
And that needs to be paid by when?
It needs to be paid now. Because what will happen if it's not paid, then we have to start the removal process, but then that will incur another fee. So if we can avoid that and get it paid in full now, then that will save everyone a lot of money and time.
Okay.
If you want to make some phone calls, speak to whoever you need to speak to see if they can help.
Alright, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, alright then. And have a seat,
I say, chill out.
Chill out, I've got
No, it sounds like she's got a way of sorting this, so no need to stress out just yet.
When somebody's reacting in an emotional way, I just give them a bit of time and just to process why we're there, because on one hand you have the debt to collect, but on the other hand you have somebody's welfare that you have to bear in mind.
10 minutes later, Mrs. Butcher's daughter-in-law rings back.
She's not going to let me have that. You and Gerda.
Yeah, well, in the lever.
Mrs. Butcher's daughter-in-law is going to try and contact another member of the extended family for help.
Who's she phoning?
Gerda. Gerda is Ben's step-grandmother.
Okay. Well, hopefully she'll see the gravity of the situation and she'll be able to help out.
Hello?
This dog just wants to play.
Right.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, Gerda. Yeah, I'm in tears as well. I've got the
High Court enforcement agents. Enforcement agents.
These gentlemen here, please. I can't do it.
It's a bit of a tongue twister when you're having a bit of a moment.
Please, Gerda, I'll pay you back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. My name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent and I'm here with a colleague. We have a High Court writ for Anne. And we're looking to collect £2,638.
What's it for?
It's for whose car? Brendan's car.
I'm Brendan Butcher's step-grandmother.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that company that lent the money have taken Anne to court because she was the guarantor.
Yeah. And the kids haven't been paying the money back?
No.
Now, how do I pay this money?
We could take debit or credit card over the phone.
I'm not doing anything. I don't do anything money over the phone, sorry.
Okay. We could do a bank transfer.
No, that's like taking cash.
Then
How quickly could you get here with the cash? Have you got cash?
No, I haven't got. You're stupid or something.
Well, you've just asked me how do I pay it.
Imagine it's £3,000 in cash just like that. It's ridiculous. I'll pay it through a proper way. I will pay it through the bank into a bank account.
I can give you my office number.
Yeah.
And you can ring them. They can take the money over the phone. That's going to be the easiest way to get this sorted and get us out the house.
Please, Gerda.
Right, I'm going to ring them and just get you verified.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. I feel very sorry for people that are guarantors for other people that haven't paid the debts that they have agreed, and sometimes the guarantor is not aware that the debt hasn't been paid, and it's a huge shock when we arrive. It doesn't just affect the person who owes the money, it can drag other people into it, and we're always conscious of the effects that our enforcement and our attendance is having on other family members.
A few minutes later, the office calls back.
Hello? Brilliant, okay.
Gerda has settled the debt.
That's been paid in full.
I'll say you can't really fault her then. It's, she's not a blood relation anyway, and she's paid.
Well, it's done with. It's paid. Our job's done. All right.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you. Shame it wasn't under more pleasant circumstances. You could see she wasn't expecting.
God no, at all.
Anything like that, and I don't think she's even seen an enforcement agent before, let alone had any turn up at her address. But if somebody is going to be a guarantor, they've really got to know what they're getting themselves into, because if the person you're doing it for defaults on their payments, the enforcement agents aren't going to visit their address. They can come and visit yours, and it's not a nice thing to have on your doorstep.
Despite the sensitive situation, Gary and Connor have got this debt settled. But in Matt and Gary's next case, a husband's debt.
What can I do? What can you do? You can pay the debt, sir.
Leads to a family crisis.
Let go.
The number of UK motorists handed fines by private parking companies has increased by over 25% in just 1 year alone. Citizens Advice dealt with over 12,500 cases related to parking issues over the second quarter of 2016. High Court enforcement agents Matthew Highway and Gary Ball are back on the road, this time in Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire. They're hoping to recover a debt of nearly £2,500 owed by Mohammed Kamal in unpaid parking fines.
What we got next then, mate?
Next is a Mr. Mohammed Kamal for a balance of £2,455.93.
The parking company escalated the case to the High Court, and now Mr. Kamal must pay the money he owes in full today.
What's wrong, sir? Morning, sir. I was looking for Mohammed Kamal.
Yes.
Is that yourself, is it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. My name's Gary Ball. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. You got a High Court writ been issued against you?
Against for what?
Oh, I guess it was for parking.
For where?
I'm not too sure, sir. You must have got, there's your High Court writ there, sir. You must have got all the details before. The amount you owe at the minute, sir, is £2,455.93, sir.
So what can I do?
What can you do? You can pay the debt, sir.
Well, I can't able to pay right now because I don't have nothing to pay now.
You do understand why we're here, sir? We're here to collect the money or to remove goods from your property.
This is not my property. This is my wife's name on that property.
That's fine. And so all your wife's got to do is show invoice and receipts for everything that belongs to her.
She just went to work, so I can't able to.
I understand that, sir.
I can't able to disturb her right now because she's working right now.
Okay.
But years of experience suggest that this might not be the case. So Matt and Gary enter the property to investigate further.
This is not my house. The house owner is my wife. I live another address, but I just came to visit her sometime.
They immediately spot some paperwork.
There's loads of stuff with his name on.
You've got a Virgin bill here, sir. Strange that you don't live here, but you've also got bills here, isn't it?
She used my name.
Oh, she used your name?
Yeah.
Well, all the evidence saying it, you do live here, sir. Your bill's here, your wife's here, and also you're here, sir.
But Mr. Kamal is still refusing to pay. And with the evidence mounting that this is his home, the agents start an inventory of goods they could seize.
Please don't touch anything until I get to church for owner.
We're here with a writ from the High Court, okay? So regardless of what you say, we are entitled to be here, okay? And if this debt isn't paid, we are going to seize goods from this property.
Mr. Kamal gets his wife on the phone.
Hello, Joe. Debt collector
I'm not a debt collector, sir.
She's coming, don't touch anything until she comes.
We'll carry on doing our job, sir.
We'll carry on.
With Mr. Kamal refusing to cooperate, the agents start their inventory.
Xbox 360e electric car.
But then Mrs. Kamal appears on the stairs.
Everything. I've got proof. This is my property.
I understand it's your property, madam, but your husband lives here with you. Correct? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And he's also got a bank account details. Bank account at this address, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's also got bills here as well, madam.
Yeah, but he's
So
not...
I'd say he was living here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but this is my property.
I understand you're on the land registry as owning the property. But we're not taking the house, madam.
And don't you worry.
We're taking the items inside the house.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We'll take payment
But
then.
we haven't got any money at the moment.
Oh, well, he can't make payment then, can he?
With the truth uncovered, the agents now need to get the case resolved once and for all.
Okay, you need to raise some funds.
I don't have nothing to pay you right now.
Okay, then you understand why we're here, don't you?
Yeah, but we will make payments and he will make payments.
It needs to be now, madam. It needs to be now.
We haven't got that far.
Okay.
No one here to pay me.
Nobody can help you. No, okay.
With payment looking unlikely, Matt and Gary have no option but to continue listing goods. But the prospect of losing their possessions prompts Mrs. Kamal to make the agents an offer.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
If we pay £300, would you be able to, if I can arrange £300, would you be able to come to a settlement?
It's not enough, madam, unfortunately.
This is so embarrassing.
I'll tell you what, okay. To stop enforcement action today, we'd need half the payment, okay? Now, do you need some time to organise that, you and your husband? We'll stop what we're doing, we'll hold everything where it is, alright? Won't put any more further charges on, make some calls, okay? We've done all this
Yes, of course.
shouting and silliness now, so make some calls and let's see if we can get this sorted.
Okay.
Alright? And then I'll put an arrangement for the rest. Yeah? And we'll do nothing until you've done that.
How long have we got?
We've got to stay while you do that. We're not talking about being here all day.
Mr. and Mrs. Kamal leave to try and raise the money.
Hopefully we're going to get somewhere with these guys. It's always difficult when there's three different people. Defendant's not great with English. He speaks enough to get by, but not great. Obviously, however, his wife is full English speaking, so yeah. Sometimes you need those people just to turn up to move the situation forward a little bit. Okay, no, thank you, madam. I'm fine. Thank you. I've just had one.
An hour and a half later, Mr. and Mrs. Kamal return.
Hello.
Hi, madam, you alright?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
The couple have managed to raise £600. It's just a quarter of what they owe, but it seems that it's the best they can do.
I'm really being cooperative here, and this is really so embarrassing. What I'll do is I'll sort of put £50 a month, arrangement or something, something along those lines, so I can clear the balance.
We'll call the client on your behalf
and we'll put that arrangement terms to them.
Matt calls the office to see whether the £600 down payment, together with a payment plan of £50 a month, is acceptable to the claimant.
Hi, it's Matt Highway. It's offered to claim, mate, yeah. It's £600 today with ongoing £50 per month. Okay, we'll sort it. We'll sort it. Cheers, mate.
The office are happy with the £600 down payment, but want to up the monthly instalment to £100.
She's still there. Azira, the monthly arrangement has to go up. They'll only accept £100 per month.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
It's a £600 today
Yeah.
with £100 a month going forward until it's paid off.
Oh, thank you.
All right, guys.
Mrs. Kamal agrees to the £100 a month payment plan.
Many thanks for your help. I appreciate your help. Okay, thank you, sir. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We've all left as friends, which is good. You know, the job's been done, the money's been collected, and the client's happy. You know, most importantly.
A recent survey has revealed that a fifth of UK small businesses struggle to keep on top of their finances. 60% are experiencing an increase in the cost of running their business and say costs are having a negative impact on their cash flow. High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are now in New Elton, South East London, to recover a debt of just over £3,000 owed by a taxi company.
We have a case for Giant Cars Limited.
If the director of the company, Mr. Yusuf, doesn't pay today, they have the right to remove business assets to offset the debt.
That's 27 there.
Here we go. Oh, come on.
The business appears to be closed.
Is it a coincidence, do you think, that the blinds are closed? Seems a bit fishy.
So Gary calls the number on the sign.
Hello, can you open the office door, please? We're here with a High Court writ. My name is Gary Brown. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Can you come and open the door, please?
Well, no one's in there.
Okay, then I'm going to force it open unless somebody comes to open the door.
Okay, wait for me, I'm coming.
Okay, we'll wait here. As soon as I threatened to force the door open, she's on her way down, so... Hello?
Minutes later, the woman who answered the phone arrives.
We're High Court enforcement agents.
The clarification. The extension was my flat.
So what's in here then?
Literally nothing.
Okay.
I will open the door.
Oh wow, it's small, isn't it?
Take whatever you want, darling.
So who owns this? Who runs this?
Me. I'm just renting the flat and the office for my own needs.
The woman claims she's nothing to do with the debtor company, Giant Cars Limited. But the agents are suspicious.
But you've still got the Giant Cars on the sign upstairs.
Yeah. Giant Cars moved a long time ago. We were working together all the time.
But then Gary spots some paperwork.
They're not trading anymore as Giant Cars, but they've got Giant Cars business cards here. Another coincidence, eh? Lots of coincidences in this place, isn't there? There's a checkbook here. Let's have a look at what this checkbook says. Oh, Giant Cars Limited. Another coincidence. And yet you say Giant Cars don't trade it. Please, pull the other one.
We work together, like I never say we're not.
Oh, because initially you said you got nothing to do with it.
It's not a personal thing when somebody lies to me. I expect somebody to tell a few fibs. They're going to hide all sorts of information from me. So it pays to dig around a little bit, pick apart their lies, and you can find the information that you need to help you recover the debt.
Gary has seen enough evidence to prove he's in the right place. Now he has to speak to the director, Mohammed Yusuf.
Now I've established that you work with him, for him. Have you got the number for Mohammed Yusuf?
Yeah, sure. But he's out of the country.
With the director, Mr. Youssef, supposedly abroad, Gary has no choice but to leave paperwork for him, giving him 7 days to pay.
I'm going to leave you with my number. And if you could tell the director, Mr. Youssef, that it's going to be advisable to pay this. So the total we want is £3,623. If the money's paid within, by next Friday, then we're all good. Otherwise, we're going to be going to his home address. Thank you.
The agents have done all they can for now. But the case isn't over yet. Gary and Connor must get back on the trail of the elusive Mr. Youssef with some surprising new information.
Investigations last night have shown that they're selling 4 vehicles on eBay.
But they're in for another shock.
Have you got your son's telephone number, please?
He's at this moment in prison.
High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson were in southeast London to recover a debt of just over £3,500 owed by Giant Cars Limited.
Oh wow, it's small, isn't it?
Take whatever you want, darling.
The woman they met said the company had moved.
Who owns this? Who runs this?
Me.
But Gary found evidence to the contrary.
There's a checkbook here. Let's have a look at what this checkbook says. Oh, Giant Cars Limited.
With no sign of the company director, Mr. Youssef, they had no choice but to leave paperwork and set a deadline for payment.
If the money's paid by next Friday, we're all good.
But no payment was made. Now Gary and Connor are on their way to the home address of Mr. Youssef and have uncovered some important new information about the business.
When you search for Giant Cars Limited, it suggests that they're selling cars. And some investigations last night have shown that they're selling 4 vehicles on eBay.
Okay.
2 blue BMWs, a silver Nissan 350Z, and a quad bike.
Could have shut down the cab company and then opened up with the cars and just didn't change the paperwork and stuff across. Do you want to jump out now? And I'm going to park right up the back end of this.
Across both of them?
Yeah.
They immediately spot 2 of the expensive cars listed for sale on the company website. If Mr. Youssef can't or won't pay the money today, they could be seized to pay off the debt.
They're not going anywhere, mate.
Nope. Yeah, I can't. Hi, can I speak to Mohammed, please? Right, thank you.
Go.
With the door left open, Gary takes the opportunity to enter the premises peacefully.
That's a good start.
And Connor immediately makes an important discovery.
Quad bike's in here, mate. Hey? Quad bike's in here. At the moment, oh, hang on, there's a plate at the front. That's it, this is the one.
Awesome.
So we've got the quad bike and both the vehicles.
That's what we like to hear, isn't it?
So, that's a good start.
They have all the leverage they need. Now all they have to do is talk to Mr. Youssef.
Hello, Mohammed.
Yes.
Hello there. My name's Gary Brown. High Court Enforcement. This is my colleague Connor Jackson. We're here about a case to do with Giant Cars Limited. I understand. You're the director, Mohammed Youssef.
No, not me. He's my son.
Mohammed Youssef.
His name is Mohammed Youssef.
What's your name, please?
My name is Mohammed Yusuf. His name is Mohammed Asif Yusuf.
Have you got your son's telephone number, please? Could I speak to him?
He is at this moment in prison.
Right. Well, who's running the company, Giant Cars?
I don't know. I'm a retired man.
How long has he been in prison?
He's from, I think, October.
Well, somebody's still selling cars.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
And yet 2 of the vehicles on your driveway are being sold by Giant Cars, aren't they?
Yeah, this is one of the car she bought. Nothing with me.
These cars outside
Yeah.
belong to Giant Cars Limited?
No.
No, this car, one I got documents. This one she bought from somebody.
News that Mr. Yusuf Jr. is in prison comes as a surprise, but Gary has the right to seize goods even in his absence. But Mr. Yusuf Sr. claims the vehicles belong to his wife.
These are printouts that I printed off eBay last night. I know these cars are being sold by Giant Cars Limited. Okay, so you got this one here, which is on your driveway. This car, which is also outside, and a quad bike, which I believe is this one in here.
They do whatever you like, but nothing to do with me. That car, I can show you the proof that she bought it and I drive it for her.
Okay. It is still up for sale on eBay. So I believe that car...
This one is for sale. No, this is my car. I drive it.
You say it's not up for sale. I've got the printout here. How can you say that it's not up for sale?
I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't understand if I'm not a technologist.
Well, this is evidence.
Yeah, but nothing to do with me. I can tell you, but I can you give me 1 minute? I just find it.
I'll give you 1 minute. Yeah, you can have a minute.
Gary's very thorough when it comes to his research on the cases. He'll look into directors, property that they might be at, company assets, anything that we can use as leverage when we turn up, or anything that we can use to say, well, hold on a minute, we know you're trading here because I found this piece of evidence. It is a great asset when we go into a case like that to have it there with us to sort of take the wind out of their sails, as it were.
Minutes later, Mr. Yusuf has someone on the phone who wants to talk to Gary.
Can you talk to her, please?
Who's this?
She doesn't.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how can I help?
Yes, what's going on? Why are you troubling?
Are you the lady that I spoke to last time? At the office?
Probably, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You said this was going to get paid.
Well, if you can see the company's house, the company is about to get dissolved.
Well, there are vehicles. There are vehicles that are being sold by this company on eBay.
Impossible.
It's not impossible because I've got the printouts in front of me.
The woman is the same person the agents met when they first tried to enforce the writ. She's still trying to stop the enforcement. So Gary makes it clear what he intends to do.
So we've got 3 cars here and a quad bike that will be removed if the debt isn't paid. The debt...
But you can do that because
Well, I can do that and I will do that. The debt is £3,623. Okay, if it's not paid, I'm going to take the cars.
Pass me the man back, please.
Okay, 1 second. Sir, the lady would like to talk to you.
Hello? Did they tell you the amount of money?
Yeah, do you want to know how much it is? I'll tell you.
After speaking to the woman, Mr. Yusuf makes a complete U-turn.
Are you going to pay the balance?
I'll pay by the credit card.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get the card machine.
Mr. Yusuf pays the £3,623 Giant Cars Limited owes in full.
All gone through, me?
Yeah.
Sound.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ta-da.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. There's like 1 car, 2 cars. Oh, look at that, and a quad bike to go with it.
Flat that's been getting lots of footfall attracts the attention of the housing officers in new Nightmare Tenants Slum Landlords tomorrow at 9. Next, scandals, snogs and political debates. It's hard to believe it's only day 2. Stand by for Big Brother.